All right, back for part 2 of dividing with complex polynomials. So a complex fraction is a quotient that contains one or more fractions in the numerator. It's essentially a division problem that looks confusing. So for instance, the last division problems that you were shown looked like this, where it was the fraction and then the division sign and then another fraction. With these, it's a fraction over a fraction, which looks super confusing. I'm here today to tell you that it is not as confusing as it looks. We're simply going to flip the denominator and multiply. Because really, okay, you don't have to write this down in your notes since I'm writing it on the board, but really this is the same as saying that I have x squared minus 4 over x squared minus 2x plus 1 divided by x plus 2 over x minus 1. It's just a different way for them to try and write the fraction. So I'm going to take that bottom, whatever's in my denominator, I'm going to flip it and multiply it. So I'm going to stay with whatever's on the top, x squared minus 4 over x squared minus 2x plus 1, and multiply by x minus 1 over x plus 2. Okay. Again, I just flip my bottom and use it for multiplying. Any volunteers that might want to be on the video? X squared minus 4. Yep. X minus 2 and x plus 2. Nice. Okay, how about the bottom? Yeah. X minus 1 and x minus 1. Good. Okay, and then we've got the top of x minus 1 and then x plus 2. All right, let's cancel them out. X plus 2 on top and x plus 2 on bottom. X minus 1 on top, x minus 1 on bottom. So I'm left with x minus 2 and x minus 1. Questions at all? Okay. So let's try example 5 together, and then I'll pause the video and then I'll have you guys try example 6. So if you notice here again, it's a fraction over a fraction. So let's flip our bottom and then factor it out. So go ahead right now at your seats, try and factor it. Give you a minute or so while I rewrite. If you want to look up and see what I'm doing, you can. Otherwise, if you want to try it on your own, try it first and then you can see. Here are my factors. If you notice, I have an x squared on top and an x on the bottom. I'll get to that in a minute. Before I do, though, I've got an x minus 1 and an x minus 1 that can be canceled out. Now, the x squared over the x, you can simplify that. Okay, you can either wait until the end and like put it all together and then see, oh, okay, I've got 2 and 1. Or you can simplify it now. I'm going to show you how to simplify it now because I think that's a little bit easier. But essentially, x squared is just saying that I have x times x. And if I have one of them on the bottom, I'm simply crossing one of them off on the top as well. So my answer would then read x times x plus 3 over x plus 1. Okay, and that would be all. Again, if I have an x squared, that means I have two x's on top by themselves. I've got that one on bottom. I'm simply crossing one of them off. I still have that one left over that'll transport out to the end. Questions at all on example number 5? All right. Last example. I'm going to keep the video rolling. Try it on your own. This is a time during a video if you're watching. If you want to fast forward to the answer, you can. Otherwise, try it on your own as well. See what you can do. All right, let's go ahead and if you notice, I've already written it out where it's multiplication, so I flipped my bottom. Could I have some volunteers for the top left? Yeah, go ahead.
X minus 1 and X minus 1.
Good. Okay, and then how about the bottom left? Go ahead up front, Trinity. Good. All right. Top right, Anthony.
X plus 5 and X minus 3.
Good. And then the bottom, we don't have anything. All right. So again, we want to look for things that we have on the top and bottom. We've got 1x minus 1. We've also got an x plus 5. So now I've got x minus 1 and times x minus 3 all over x minus 5. And that'll be my final answer.